Mama Put Restaurant, Agirls Chronicles. Episode 27. A girl reached the village quietly, her heart beating with a mission darker than anything she had ever imagined. She began to target Soji with precision. Every morning and evening, she positioned herself along the narrow path that led to Soji's favorite bar, the same dusty road where he usually swaggered past, scanning for shy girls to tease or chase. She knew Soji's habits. She knew his ego. She knew he always chased anything that glittered or looked vulnerable. So she waited, 2 days, nothing. Soji never appeared. Frustrated, a girl decided to walk past Mama Put's restaurant, the place where she had spent most of her childhood wiping tables, fetching water, and stealing quick bites when no one was watching. But now, with her new face, her sculpted features, her smooth glowing skin, even Mama Put did not recognize her. The woman who had practically raised her walked past her without a single spark of familiarity. A girl's chest tightened painfully, but she held back the tears. It is good, she told herself. If my own mother cannot recognize me, then the plan will work. What she didn't know was that Soji had been indoors the entire time, hiding, limping, and nursing bruises from the merciless beating given to him by the village youths. His swollen leg and cracked ribs made it impossible for him to go anywhere. Still, a girl waited, watched, planned. The moment finally came. One quiet afternoon, a girl was seated in the abandoned widow's hut, staring into space and counting the cracks on the wall, when she heard rustling outside. She stood immediately and walked towards the bush path. And there he was. Soji. Dragging his injured leg, frowning, peeping into bushes, checking corners, breathing fast as though he was looking for something, or someone. Maybe he was searching for a girl's body. Maybe he was searching for answers. A girl's lips curved. Finally, she whispered, "He came more easily than I expected." Soji saw her and slowed down. The beauty standing before him made him blink twice. He didn't recognize her, not even a shadow of the old girl crossed his mind. He walked up to her with that same fake confidence he used on every woman. They greeted politely. A girl, plain innocent, asked what he was looking for. Soji quickly hid his panic and said, "Oh, I'm just taking walk, to exercise myself small." Then he asked, "What are you doing in this lonely side?" A girl smiled smoothly. "Just enjoying nature. The breeze here is fresh." They walked together towards the village. Soji kept glancing at her. "You did this village?" he asked, suspicious yet interested. "Yes," she replied gently. "I'm from here but I live in the city. I came home to rest more." Her voice was calm, controlled, unlike the broken, shy girl he once terrorized. Everything was working perfectly. Soji invites her home. Before long, Soji, unable to resist his usual habits, invited her to his house. A girl agreed with an innocent smile. When they reached the compound, she immediately noticed clothes hanging on the wire. Men's shirts, trousers, and then, boxers. Her opportunity. Soji went inside to get her a drink. The moment he entered, a girl moved swiftly. She pulled one of his boxers from the wire, folded it neatly, slid it into her handbag, zipped it, and calmly sat back down as though she had never moved. When Soji returned with the drink, she pretended to check the time. "Oh, I'm late for an appointment," she said with urgency. "Let me be going. I'll come back." Soji smiled foolishly as she walked away, completely unaware of the storm heading his way. The night of offering. Back at the abandoned hut, a girl waited for nightfall. She paced, smiling to herself, rehearsing what she would say. When the moon rose high and silent, she walked to the shallow grave behind the hut. She stood before the grave and whispered the widow's name. The air shifted. The spirit appeared. A girl brought out the folded boxer and placed it where the spirit pointed. The ghostly widow leaned closer and asked, What is the name of the owner of this item? A girl inhaled sharply and said proudly. Soji Oniru. The spirit repeated the name slowly. Then she chanted. Soji Onaru. Soji Onaru. Soji Onaru. 7 times. She blew fire at the boxer. But the fire refused to catch. Her face twisted with fury. You lie, the widow hissed, her voice shaking the ground. The name you have given does not belong to the owner of this item. There is no spiritual connection between the name and the object you brought. A girl's eyes widened in shock. He is Soji. I know him. I took it from his compound. The widow rose in rage, her form blazing with anger. You have one day, she said sharply. One day to bring an item belonging to the true name of the one you once sacrificed. Or one day to return with the real name of the owner of the item you placed here. Fail, and you will carry the curse yourself. The spirit vanished, leaving a girl standing alone in the darkness, heart pounding, mind racing. To be continued.